Hey everyone, welcome to a new video here on my channel. Today I will be reflecting on my 2023 cross-country season. So hope you enjoyed the video and let's get started. In general, hopefully you're all doing well this winter and holiday season. Hope you're staying safe out there and taking care of yourselves and each other. But yeah, so without further ado, I'll start with my first race, which was the UC Riverside Invitational. So actually a little bit before the UC Riverside Invitational, just talking about my training during during the summer for cross country, it went well. I'd say I wish I was a bit more consistent. I wasn't as consistent as I'd wanted to be. It was my first semester of grad school at USC during the summer, and I just kind of got super busy and kind of it was a lot of classes and work, and it was a lot to keep up with while running consistently. So I also had a hard time managing running and school, and school kind of interfered with running. So coming into cross country season, I wasn't as trained and as fit as I'd wanted to be, but I still went into my first meet, the UC Riverside Invitational. It was on September 16th of 2023, and overall I think it went well. For my first race, I ran about a 36-minute 10-second 8K race, about 5 miles, so that's about 7:14 per mile pace, which is okay. It was a little hilly, a little humid, but those are just my sandbags and excuses. But still, it went well. It was a good first race, and I knew that I would train a lot harder throughout the fall semester, this fall cross-country season, and that my times would get faster. But it was nice to run with the USC Run Club team as my first race with them, and also my sister came out to watch me race, and it was just a good time hanging out with the team, running, racing, and getting myself to push myself, my body, my limits. So it was a good race. But yeah, let's move on to the next race. And then my next race was actually a week after the UC Riverside Invitational. It was on September 23rd, 2023, and that race is the Masters Invitational at Santa Clarita. And this was actually a really good race for me, a lot better than the previous race, because I ran a time of 34:45 for an 8K, again about 5 miles, and my average pace was 7-minute flat pace. So I was super happy of this huge jump of improvement from the last race. And yeah, it just went really well. Ran with the USC club team again, and the course was pretty flat for the most part. There was like one huge hill, but it was pretty good in general. The weather was nice, it was crisp and cold, and it was just nice to have the team out there. My sister didn't come out to see me, but that's okay. I still had a really good support from my teammates, and it was just a good race. So I was super happy to see my fitness kind of improving, and that I ran a better race this time around. I guess just it being the second race, I was kind of like, my body knew what to expect from the previous first race. Like I knew I was going to push myself, and I had an idea of what kind of limits I had and how to push myself. So, super happy with the outcome of this race, and it was also a really fun time. We went out to eat after. Same with the previous race, we went out to eat after with the team, and same with this one. So it's just nice to also race, but also just bond with the team and just hang out, get to know each other more, and spend good quality time with each other with that. So I was super happy with this race. Definitely this fitness of my race, 7-minute flat, was definitely how I was last year for cross country when I was still at UC Davis. So I knew that I was kind of getting back into that good fitness, and I've definitely ran faster 8Ks though. Before for cross country, like my fastest 8K before was under 6-minute pace per mile. So like that was when I was really fit, like back then when I was really when I was still new to, like at UC Davis, I was still only a second year, and I was still kind of young, even though that makes me feel old saying that. But yeah, so compared to how I was before, running under 6-minute pace, like 5:15-minute pace for 5 miles, to now running like 7-minute pace, I definitely see like the difference, and how my body's different and how my fitness is different. But I still definitely want to try to still be as fast as I can. If that means going to close at 6-minute pace for 5 miles, that would be amazing. But yeah, just trying to be as fit as possible. But yeah, I knew this race was definitely a good sign of my fitness. So yeah, let's move on to the next race and let's talk about that one. Now my next race was not until October of this year, October 21st at San Luis Obispo, and this was actually the NERCA Regionals race. This race I've raced before. I've raced NERCA Regionals before when I was at Davis, so this was my first time racing NERCA Regionals as a USC Trojan. So that was really cool. The team and I, we traveled on Friday night, I believe. Yeah, Friday night to San Luis Obispo. We stayed at a hotel for the night, so that was nice. And then Saturday we raced, and this was a very, very tough race, super hilly, and actually ended up not finishing the race. It was kind of tragic and sad, but it is what it is. It was a super hard race, and I kind of suffered. I might have dehydrated myself. I was drinking a yerba mate drink, which has a lot of caffeine the morning of, and I think I just lost a lot of water in my body and dehydrated myself. Caffeine has a lot of it makes you dehydrated, so I think that's why I felt dehydrated. And it was super hilly and kind of sunny, and yeah, I just kind of just really did not feel well during the race. Kind of wanted to pass out and felt super super fatigued. So I ended up like it was about the race was like 4 miles, and I was 3.5 miles in, and I just stopped running. It was kind of bad. I felt really dizzy and lightheaded. I wanted to pass out, and yeah, but thankfully I was okay. I'm okay now, and yeah, it just kind of sucked because this was my first time not finishing a race. So you know, obviously not the result I wanted, but it's okay. It's a learning process, and yeah, I knew that I was capable of finishing. So I definitely, for the next race, I wanted to kind of redeem myself. But yeah, it still was a good experience, still a fun race. Got to see the women's race, and proud of the other guys who raced as well, my teammates in general. And then we had a fun time at San Luis Obispo. We went to the beach. We kind of explored, went to shops, and it was just a fun hangout little trip to San Luis Obispo with the team. Even though I didn't finish, it was still a really good experience. And yeah, now let's move on to the last race of the season. Actually, one more race of the season before that. So I wanted to bring up, I actually did a turkey trot. It was a race. It was a turkey trot race in LA, but I just kind of took it as an easy run. So I ran with it with my friend, my classmate at USC, who's also going to be a teacher. Her name's Abby, and we did the turkey trot together, and it was super fun to do. It was fun to do a race where I didn't have to like push myself and exert so much energy. It was super easy for me, and I just kind of had fun with it. We had fun. It was a great turnout. A lot of people ran it and cheered us on, and it was a really good vibe to it. So we did a turkey trot on Thanksgiving Day this year, so that was super fun and such a good experience. Okay, now talking about the last race of the season. My last race of this cross-country season was at Mount Sac, and it was the Foot Locker West Regionals race. So I did a 5K at the Mount Sac. It was at Mount Sac at the Mount Sac cross country course, and it went really well. I mean, it was super fun. It was hard, but I think I definitely did well. Yeah, I ran a time of 22:57 for 5K, which is about 7:24 per mile pace. Definitely not as fast as my previous paces, especially if this is only a 5K, about 3.1 miles compared to the 5-mile races I was doing earlier this season. But it was a very, very hilly course at Mount Sac, and yeah, it was super hilly, like the uphills were pretty steep and long. But I'm still happy because I actually raced this race in high school, the Mount Sac course, so it's kind of nice to relive this race, even though, you know, I'm not running with my high school team anymore. But yeah, it was such a fun time. My dad and sister came out to watch and support, so that was super cool, and super thankful for them to come out and cheer me on. And it was also the Foot Locker regionals race. This race, it features a lot of high schoolers running and also trying to qualify for the nationals race for Foot Locker in the country, which takes place in San Diego, the nationals race. So got to see a lot of fast people run, a lot of fast youth, you know, the youngins. Yeah, but that's like, you know, the younger generation. I was once in their shoes, but you know, it was cool to see them race and watch, and there was a lot of cool stuff. They had a lot of free little stuff, and Hoka was sponsoring it, so they had a lot of Hoka merchandise and stuff, and a lot of photo opportunities. So it was a good race, and it was nice to run that course again, you know, as a 25-year-old now in graduate school, but still a fun time. I think that was one of the best, I think, sprint finishes I've had. If you haven't checked out check out the previous video if you want to. I kind of have a slideshow collage of my race season, and my sister filmed my sprint finish for this race, and I thought it was kind of my best harder sprints finish where I wasn't like super dead where I couldn't sprint. But yeah, it was fun. But yeah, a great way to end the season with this race for sure. It definitely feels nice to end on a high note, on a strong note, where I actually did finish the race, unlike the race previous to this Mount Sac race where I didn't finish at San Luis Obispo. But yeah, definitely a great last race, and yeah, now I'll kind of give my main takeaways and what to look forward to for next season, track season. Yeah, now for my main takeaways. In general, it was a really good season. I definitely enjoyed joining the USC Run Club team, and it's been great meeting new people, having teammates to run and race with. So it's been a great experience so far, being a part of this club team at USC, and definitely been enjoying it so far. And I look forward to competing with them and training with them for this coming track season in 2024 during the spring. And in general, I'm satisfied. I'm good with where my fitness is at. Definitely, I wish I definitely think I'm not as, I don't know, I might be questioning my fitness, but I feel like last spring season for my track season earlier this year, I was definitely a little bit faster. Just some from the workouts I've been doing and some of the training and kind of the converting the times to when I was racing in spring. I feel like I might be a little bit slower right now, not as fit as I was during the spring track season, which is okay. A little, obviously I would like to be where I was before and try to be as fit as possible and faster as possible, but I understand that I've been super busy as a grad student. Just even finding time to run has been kind of hard, and not being tired. This past fall semester during cross-country season, I've been running about 6 days a week. Still, my mileage is around, like, my peak mileage is like 40 miles per week, which is a good amount, but I definitely feel like I was running a bit more consistent back then, and I was less tired. Obviously, grad school is tiring, and trying to balance student teaching along with classes at USC and running consistently and committedly, it's been a lot. But definitely trying to manage my time better, organize my time better, and trying to work my fitness back to the way it was earlier this year, and also what it was back then. So yeah, I totally get that, but I'm still happy that I'm able to race and run and still be, decently fit. And yeah, I'm looking forward to managing my time better and hopefully getting faster and just being patient with it. Yeah, but it's totally understandable that I'm super busy with school and everything. But yeah, that's pretty much my main takeaways. Yeah, right now I'm just doing some easy running, slowly building my training up again. Yeah, nothing too serious, just the intensity's been low, but still trying to stay fit and try to work my way back up and trying to build my mileage again, and workouts coming soon as well. But with that, that's kind of the end of the video. I'm super thankful for a wonderful cross-country season this 2023. Super thankful for all the support that I have, family, friends, and everyone. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you soon, and take care of yourself, and happy holidays. Bye-bye.